Hello, Honolulu, and welcome to the broadcast. The green flag is in the air, and we are racing in a purely urban race here in Hawaii. This is the first time Honolulu is hosting NASCAR, and the track is very interesting.
Despite these 8 corners, this circuit is designed for speed. 2 very long straights will encourage these drivers to keep their foot on the gas. But that is where they've got to be careful. Each of these straights leads into a very punitive bend.
So, you're advocating measured acceleration?
Good heavens, no. I want what everyone else wants. Speed and drama.
Sean, you're a man of simple desires.
Okay, pal? If you negotiate it well, you won't need to slow down in the next 2 corners. Turn right, then left. Stay inside the corners, then accelerate. And the ammo. Last move, that's for the best.
Henson's driver has good pacing and is basically entering the second half of the race.
Roy Miracle Henson is back in the game as crew chief, and I can't believe it. I had a poster of this guy in my room when I was a kid.
Yeah, that doesn't make us any younger. Wasn't it at a race in Talladega in 1977 that earned him the nickname Miracle?
That's right. It was his old teammate, Bert Sinclair, who crashed into him on the penultimate lap. Roy rolled over 8 times, and believe it or not, the old guy drove away unscathed to finish the race.
8 rolls? Oh, how do you expect the audience to believe that, my friend?
Racing cars were tough as nails back then, Bob. Roy and his car survived, but his hopes for the title did not. He finished too low in the standings. For Roy, that race was a miracle and a nightmare. A real setback.
Well, let's hope that 61 will see a better ending today.
That remains to be seen.
All right, kid, back to business.
Someone's hitting the pit.
Your stallion is down for more. I hope you're too. You're low on gas. Nurse her home. Check out your gas gauge, boy. It's blinking red. Come on, buddy. I know you'll give everything. You're in the last lap. You're going back in.
Henson has a date at the Kaho'olawe Speedway. 61 is the last driver to qualify for the big tournament. What a comeback!
NASCAR driver. Though it's only the beginning. The real competition starts now. The level has been pretty good so far, but the drivers you'll be facing in the tournament are in a whole different league. Trackhouse, Hendrick Motorsports, RFK Racing, Joe Gibbs Racing, Tim Penske, RCR. All these teams compete in the Cup Series. They're the cream of the crop. Us at the Kaho'olawe Speedway, so let's go meet him. By the way, expect a little surprise. You're done with Mr. Henson's old Thunderbolt. You're ready to drive your next-gen Mustang again, but all dressed up for the occasion. You're going to love it.
You on your way, buddy? Well, no Thunderbolt for the big league, but...
Hey, sorry, friend. I didn't see you there.
Sounds like an obvious lie.
Oh, wait, you're the one who crashed into the wall during the qualifying race, right? Yeah, it's you. Remember me?
Driver, this man is Jimmy Wolf. He pushed you into the wall back then.
Oh, come on! Water under the bridge! I'm glad to see you're back, and... Woo! On Team Henson? I didn't even know that old guy was still alive.
What did that young dumbass then postmaster say? He's about to get my size 12 food up his ass!
I can understand a word, ZZ Top. Started, and I'm not fully awake yet. I need a little stimulation. What about a little challenge? First to reach the starting grid inside the speedway? Come on, it'll be fun. Just try not to drive too close to the wall.
That idiot reminds me of that son of a gun Sinclair. Teach him a lesson.
Normally, I would say not to rise to this kind of provocation, but let's kick his ass.
Check out my car, 6-1. I'm an Omni guy now. These guys are rich, like loaded. And you got the old geezer. Man, I always feel bad for the little ones. Same in the tournament.
Here we go. Forget that I owe a gym. There's much more at stake here. You're competing in the first quarterfinal of the tournament in a packed stadium with people from all over the US. No pressure. Well, maybe a little.
Under the beautiful Hawaiian sun. What a way to start the competition. It's a good start for Kyle Larson from the pole position. With Byron in car 24, we've got two Hendrick Motorsports drivers in this quarterfinal.
We know how well this team performs. It's the most successful in NASCAR history, with over 300 victories and 19 titles. And believe you me, they are not here to mess those numbers up.
Focus on speed and trajectories and corners for the first laps. Let's find our pace, buddy.
We just heard Roy Henson, Team Henson's crew chief, giving advice to his driver. Oval tracks are different from road circuits. There are far fewer speed changes and braking maneuvers, but you need to know how to manage constant high speeds and drafting. Not easy for a rookie, but 61 has made it this far and seems determined.
You know how much I like Roy Henson, but honestly, I'm afraid his driver lacks a bit of experience at this level of the game. There won't be any miracles this time.
Oh, really? Well, I can see him making it to the final. I would bet my new fishing boat on it.
Bet accepted.
Hey, that was a figure of speech, Sean.
Too late.
Come on, don't be a child.
I remember a much younger, bolder Bob that would never back out. So what now, old man? Are you a man or a mouse?
Good heavens, you're putting me at risk with my Giselle. She'll kill me if I lose that boat. But what the heck? I take that bet. But if 61 does it, I'm taking your Corvette, the 71 Stingray.
Yes, that's my hombre. Easy win.
Henson's car is returning to the race after a quick stop.
This Mustang here is more powerful than my good old Thunderbolt. You're hitting an average speed of 180 miles per hour. Ha ha! That's goddamn wild! Stay low here, stay low, stay low!
Looks like it's pit time for 61. Strategic move or unforeseen mishap?
All right, kid, back to business. They'll be cursing your tailpipes for a month.
And the drivers are now halfway through the race. We are seeing very different pit lane strategies. Number 8 Bush has been called in by Team RCR for a refueling stop. How about a word about RCR Wiki, Sean?
My friend, hard to talk about RCR without mentioning the Hall of Famer Dale Earnhardt. 6-time Cup Series champion with this team between 1986 and 1994. Undoubtedly one of the greatest.
Yes, indeed, he will always remain a legend in the sport. And maybe today's race will give birth to other legends. 4 more laps, gentlemen.
You're low on gas. What are you gonna do?
Team Henson just put their driver back on track.
You're watching the NASCAR Motorfest Tour quarterfinal with just a few laps to go before we find out who will be in the semifinal.
Henson speaking.
You're the one calling us, Mr. Henson.
What the? Well, God damn it, I'll never get used to this thing. How do I hang up?
The red phone icon, sir.
Well, thank you. See you, fellas.
Is that what you people call butt dialing?
Semi-final underway. Let's go!
Big turn incoming. Turn right on the inside. Exit the bend, but immediately take the inside left on the next bend. Speed up. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
It's a very technical track today. In addition to the oval, the speedway includes an infield road course. Drivers will need to demonstrate great versatility.
Indeed, this type of mixed event is quite uncommon in NASCAR, but there are many different types of tracks. Whether it's the short track in Bristol, the intermediate track in Kansas, or the super speedway in Daytona, they all require very different strategies.
With the unique nature of the circuit, plus the rain, this race promises to be spectacular.
Without a doubt, the drivers will have to cope with the lack of grip, and the teams must choose their tires accordingly. Hitting it there.
Far from over. Now speed up.
We almost had contact between an RFK driver and a Trackhouse driver.
Yes, number 1 Chastain was nearly hit by number 6 Keselowski. Although we know that minor collisions don't stop Melon Man.
I imagine you're referring to his daring move at Martinsville.
The boldest, craziest move of 2022. Chastain used the wall all the way around the racetrack to race his way into the championship 4. He literally did a wall ride. You won't see that in Formula One.
Well, let's not argue with the Europeans, friend. Chastain's video is online for those who haven't seen the feat yet.
Looks like it's pit time for 61. Strategic move or unforeseen mishap?
It's far from over. Now speed up.
The sun is back, but the road's still wet, and there's 4 more laps to the finish.
About that bet, Robert. You know, I'm an adult, and so are you, and,
Are you starting to visualize your Corvette in my garage?
Oh, man, it's not even fair!
Get used to disappointment, Sean. Are you a man or a mouse?
Oh, come on! How am I supposed to go to work without a car?
Tell you what, I'll lend you my nephew's electric scooter. Although you must have known it was crazy to have a sports car as your only vehicle.
What? I'm a single man who loves beautiful things.
Then you will love the scooter. The wheels are gold, and it lights up red when it's dark. So you feel safe.
Oh, man!
61 is out of the pit and ready for more.
inside turn.
Joe Gibbs Racing really believe they can go all the way. They're not just looking to qualify for the finale. They said if they got this one, they can win the whole thing.
Bell and Briscoe just had an excellent 2025 season in the Cup Series. Winning this tournament would be another crowning achievement for this team.
Blinking cowboy will soon be running on fumes. Come on, boys, our driver's coming. Go, go! It's far from over. Now speed up. It's all gonna work out. Let's finish this thing strong.
must admit that 61 got me. What a driver!
And that's not the only twist of the day. Here's what happened in the second semifinal, Sean. A very close race. Look at this photo finish. Jimmy Wolf in 94 was... Sport TV presents a spectacular NASCAR pre-finale show featuring the finalists of the NASCAR Motorfest Tour. Speed, crashes, and maybe even jumps over helicopters. We'll see. Come and watch the pre-show of America's greatest motorsport finale. There's a party in the Fastland, and it's tonight from 9 p.m. This advertisement is sponsored by Baron Burger, America's authentic burger since 1956.
Listen.
Holy tamales! It looks like tonight is gonna be a night to remember.
You said it, buddy. Tomorrow's finalists are here to entertain the crowd tonight. This evening's not about the competition. It's all about the show.
And I am here for it.
Jim, driver for the Omni team, makes his entrance.
This little whippersnapper.
Wow, that's impressive.
Fast and far. For your information, the record for the longest car jump is 379 feet. Off-road driver Bryce Menzies holds that record.
Thank you, Mr. Bobbler. A man with valuable knowledge, but without a Corvette. Boo-hoo.
Ha ha, very funny. Not.
Hey, I'll loan it to you one weekend a year. The Henson and Omni teams have joined forces to put on a show. That's also what the spirit of sport is all about.
Over my dead body.
This show really delivers on all its promises.
We haven't seen it all yet. There's another round coming.
Sounds great, my friend.
country, buddy.
Oh, no way! Did you see that?
That's America for you. Hell yeah!
It's in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's get ready for tomorrow's big finale.
Wallace, Blaney, Wolf, and you. That's the starting grid for the final. I don't think you have much left to prove, but if you ever feel like
this
to this grid by accident. You come a damn long way. You can beat all these guys. I know you can.
Nice pep talk, Gandalf. The kid just needs to believe.
What? What is that moron doing on the line?
I don't know. His Kara must have hyped us.
Hey, that's no way to welcome a guest.
You're about as welcome as a rattlesnake on a full... to this grid by accident. You come a damn long way. You can beat all these guys. I know you can.
Nice pep talk, Gandalf. The kid just needs to believe.
What? What is that moron doing on the line?
I don't know. His Kara must have hyped us.
Hey, that's no way to welcome a guest.
You're about as welcome as a rattlesnake on a folk dance, son.
I just wanted to congratulate 6-1. You did well. Bravo. But come on, you're not good enough for this game. Go back to the stands, drink some mochi juice, and watch the true racers do their stuff. Like a good fan. No offense.
You think you're a true racer? You couldn't win a junior goddamn karting cup in whatever godforsaken corner of Iowa you crawled in from.
You should watch what you say, Pops.
I've seen others like you before. All hat and no cattle.
You asked for it. It's on!
Whoa! We just witnessed a very spicy exchange between Crew Chief Henson and Iowa Jim.
Now this is quite unusual. Wolf, he's from Omni Team, managed to get through on the Henson Team radio.
Roy Henson wants that win. He's never gotten the chance to hold a NASCAR trophy. This could be his road to redemption. That is, if Jimmy Wolf doesn't come and spoil the party.
This race has started in a very tense atmosphere.
I love it. Someone's hitting the pit. Is fresh out of the pit.
Now, we didn't dwell on the light today. John, tell us more.
There is so much to say, Bob. There are guys like Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, and Joey Logano, who have all won the Cup Series.
Nothing but stars. We could not have asked for anything better.
Indeed. And let's not forget Bubba Wallace with the team owned by Michael Jordan, a very serious contender.
Incredible. Anything can happen at any time in this race.
You're doing a good job. Now keep it up.
Pit stop for 61.
At this stage of the race, tire pressure is important, and drivers who have not pitted could...
Wallace goes around in front of the field. 22, Logano is involved. Kyle Larson is involved. 9, Chase Elliott is in it too.
Cars colliding on the back straightaway.
Briscoe is hit by Ryan Blaney. Oh, it looks like the race is going to end here. That's terrible.
Holy smokes! 94 and 61 got away unscathed.
It's just these two now. Unbelievable. Tonight, the champion will be a rookie.
You got this, pal. That fool is gonna take the beating of his life. We're coming for you, Sinclair.
It's Jimmy Wolf, sir.
Same kind of pretentious bastards.
competition. That's simply unprecedented. That's what I call a celebration burn.
You did it! You goddamn did it! Woo-hoo! Proud of you, buddy!
Look at them! The team is going wild! That dude certainly deserves his moment of glory. Who could have bet on this?
Well, certainly not you, my friend. A day of fun.
Jim, and it comes from the Henson team, the miracle team. I can't help but replay that moment over and over again. It was so epic. I wish it wasn't over. Just one last race. Anyway, Mr. Henson asked me to guide you to the container to pick up your surprise. He left you a voice message. I'll share it with you once we get there.
So, buddy, how does it feel to be a star now? You should take care of yourself. All that glitz and glamour can drive you mad, you know. Right time to say goodbye, then. But I left something for you. Show my appreciation for what you done. That, my friend, is a bona fide UFO, and it's yours. Climb aboard this infernal machine and set off for Wonderland. It's the kind of vehicle that makes you fly. And as they say in Texas, adios, amigo.
end of the NASCAR Motorfest tour. But there's still some activities to complete in this NASCAR experience. Omni, Jimmy Wolf's team, is setting up a bunch of trials. Looks like they still want to prove to everyone that their drivers are the best. Let's roll towards a new playlist journey.
All right, buddy. Guess watching their Jimmy boy getting dragged in the mud wasn't enough for Team Omni. Their top dogs are challenging us with these trials. Let's smoke!
Well, now, who's this rival? Oh, yeah, Clarence Bishop III. Heard about that clown when he tried showing off at the Live Extreme series a few years back. Got his butt kicked real good. Reckon that knocked some sense into him. But hell no, he's still the same arrogant daddy's boy he's always been. Perhaps even worse. No wonder he hooked up with Omni. That firm's up to its eyeballs in dirty business, I'm telling you. I can just feel it in my bones. Anyhow, the boy holds the records in 5 trials. Time to show him what you're made of. That boy tries real hard to be the best in every motorsports category. But he ain't got nothing on you, buddy. Oh, that Speedway still carries the scent of your last victory. First you broke Jimmy Boy's pride. Now it's time to break Clarence's. That Clarence fella's running circles in the middle of a loud, waiting for some... someone to break this rally record. I'm telling him you're coming. I hope you're not afraid of a little mud, because there's plenty where we're heading. I've always had a lot of respect for folks doing rally. One of the purest forms of racing there is. Just seems a little lonely without any opponents around you. insurance keeps bragging. About his best time at the NASCAR trial in Honolulu. Thinks he can't be beaten or something? Team Omni promises a true NASCAR event. Let's see what they have in mind. That's what they call NASCAR? Hell, that's nothing but a driving school course for rookies. Tommy ain't got no respect for the sport.
Rewind that one. Let's just rewind that one.
trial. I don't like them and never will. But Omni sure does, and we can't let them win. So let's find Clarence. A drift trial. I don't like them and never will. But Omni sure does, and we can't let them win. So let's find Clarence. At least we got to see a mountain road. Our day's not ruined. You kids and all that drifting nonsense. We used to respect our tires, you know. That's what NASCAR's all about. And here you are, smoking out like cheap tobacco. He's got one last trial coming. I just saw Clarence Bishop III. He's madder than a hornet. He really thought he was... gonna win those trials. But come on. How do you expect to finish first when you're third? Omni doesn't like losers. If Clarence doesn't win this trial, he might get fired. There's a lot at stake for the boy. Clarence got himself suspended from Formula One for bad behavior, and now he's turning to NASCAR to sneak back into the spotlight. We ain't gonna let him, right? Take out the second one, then we can challenge the top driver. That rival likes to call himself the Ace. I don't know his real name and can't say I care, but he doesn't look like such a bad fella aside from that ridiculous nickname, of course. He's famous around Motorfest for being part of the Daredevils, a bunch of drivers who live for extreme challenges. Omni picked them up with a fresh contract not so long ago. I guess they needed a new poster kid to carry the brand after that Jimmy Boy fiasco. Poor Ace. Ain't got a clue what he's walking into. Still, he's got talent. Undefeated in 5 trials around Hawaii. Let's get to work. us to a true daredevil trial in a rally car, no less. Should be a hoot. When I see Ace's natural enthusiasm, it makes me sad he went with Omni. Omni Sports Division is successful, no doubt about that. But the moment a shady investment shows up, one that smells more like a gas grab than real business, you best believe they'll dive right in.
New challenges unlocked.
And for this NASCAR trial, we're going on the highway? And for this NASCAR trial, we're going on the highway? Let's fire the ace and be done with it. To the highway, 61. NASCAR challenges on the highway? An obvious publicity stunt. That's what it is. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Omni claims to be a promoter of authentic motorsport. And when you give them a chance to showcase a NASCAR event, this is what they do. Sure looks like fun. And who's never done that on a sunny Sunday afternoon? But don't you dare call it authentic. I got a Japanese friend who talks about Toge like it's the eighth wonder of the world or something. Well, at least some folks are enjoying this. Time to beat Ace's record. I got a Japanese friend who talks about Toge like it's the eighth wonder of the world or something. Well, at least some folks are enjoying this. Time to beat Ace's record. If drifting is what it takes to beat Omni, let's drift. I heard Ace is so crazy about drifting that he does it off-road in its own Alpha Grand Prix. I'll never wrap my head around you kids. some folks, Alpha Grand Prix is the greatest motorsport in the whole dang world. But I don't get them. One little hit and your car's toasted. Where's the fun in that? Come on, let's find the ace. According to some folks, Alpha Grand Prix is the greatest motorsport in the whole dang world. But I don't get them. One little hit and your car's toasted. Where's the fun in that? Come on, let's find the ace. For this trial, you're free to go wherever you like. Make the most of it. Omni's got their hands in NASCAR, sure. But they're also throwing loads of money into Alpha Grand Prix. No wonder, given how popular it is. I reckon they're trying to make the ace next star of that field. Well, time to show him he ain't all that. For the kid's own good, of course. Team Henson's coming in for the win. You've earned the challenge the ace in his final trial. I just saw Clarence Bishop III, and he's madder than a hornet. He really thought he was going to win those trials, but come on. The The Ace is good at dodging cars at high speed, but nobody drives a NASCAR Cup car like you do. Let's whoop them one last time in this trial. Omni's sick of watching you win, but the Ace is actually impressed. He's a good sport. Maybe you think I'm being too harsh with Omni, but it ain't like I got a personal grudge or something. I've just seen too many fine drivers led astray by greedy corporations like that. King of new tech, they call themselves. Maybe they're good at what they do. I don't know. But when it comes to sport, they don't give their drivers the support they need. At the first sign of trouble, they'll drop you like a hot skillet. I feel sorry for the Ace, but it ain't too late to talk some sense into him. Maybe there's a place at Team Henson for a fella like him. We'll see. But you have to beat him first. And here goes Omni's Golden Boys. Time to reveal who's their number one. I heard he's part of their managing board. That... Clarence fella's running circles in the middle of Oahu, waiting for someone to break this rally record. I'm telling him you're coming.
Omni's top dog.
King Claire, that old rat I used to call betrayed me at Dega about 50 years back. That no-good scumbag slammed right into me just to get a trophy. Sent me rolling over like a barrel down a hill. Flipped 8 times. Should have been the enemy. But damn if I ain't land on my wheels and complete that race no matter what. Killed my season, though. Pretty much killed my career, too. That sorry excuse for a man Sinclair. On the other hand, got himself a free pass to glory. That stinking bastard. And now he's crawled his way up to Omni's managing board, has he? Sounds like something a snake like him would do.
How you doing, folks? Figured you wouldn't mind if I gave you a call.
Bert, you coward! You ain't even in person to get your butt kicked like a man!
Of course not. I set this record long ago. No one ever beat it, that's all. Besides, you're not here either. You're hiding behind your driver.
I'll take you down any time, you varmint. But in a real race, fair and square. How about that? You was always scared of racing me. Couldn't face me straight on. That's why you betrayed me.
Roy, come on. You're still holding that grudge? Seriously? You know I regret what happened. It was an accident, nothing more.
Save your lies for the press. We both know the truth. You needed the spotlight, plain and simple. And look what you done with it. Selling your soul to Omni, shameful.
I'm a successful man, Roy. And Omni is a successful corporation. We're a good fit. We share the same values. And together, we're building the legends of tomorrow. We're shaping winners.
Spare me with all that marketing hooey. Your so-called winners forgot what winning looks like. They've done nothing but eat dust since my driver showed up.
Very well. Hey, you know what? Let's raise the stakes. If you win, I'll give you a car. But if you lose, you'll hand me your driver's contract. How about that?
Heck, what kind of bet is that? Gambling a race's future? Really, Bert? Even for you, that's low.
Okay, let's try another angle then. What about shutting down your team for good?
That's still crooked, but fine, I'll take it. I trust my driver. Come on, partner, time to destroy that jerk.
start time. Let's roll. Towards a new playlist. Journey. Good choice. Ready to go?